Parikrama. Nobody went in Mayapur Parikrama? Okay. What do they call the kunds in Mayapur? Pukur, huh? So the Brijbasis have corrupted it to poker. So this is Pili Pukur, Pili Poker. But to understand this Leela, we're going to have to go to Nandagam. As you may or may not know, every day Radharani goes to Nandagam to cook for Krishna. Because she has a benediction from the Ras Rishi that whoever tastes her cooking will never get any disease. And her cooking will be just as sweet as nectar. So the Brijbasis, when they heard this, they insisted that Radharani cook for Krishna, then he'll live for a long time, he won't get COVID, and we'll all be very happy. This is a bird, I don't know what his name is. I know his song. But they always start out. But I don't know what his name is. And every day Radharani comes and she cooks for Krishna. Mother Yasoda just thinks. She just loves Radharani so much. And she just thinks, oh, would it be so nice if Radharani would marry my little Lala. Every day she feels this beautiful Vatsalya Ras affection for Srimati Radharani in her heart. One day she couldn't resist herself and she just grabbed Radharani and she smeared haldi all over her hands. Now those who aren't from India, you won't understand the meaning. But when you smear haldi all over the girl's hands, that means she's betrothed, she's marked. So Radharani, she saw this yellow hand, she said, what is this, I'm just a little girl, I don't know about this marriage stuff, And she ran out, she slipped out of Mother Yasoda's grasp, and she ran back here to Barsana. And she thought, what if anybody sees? So she snuck here down to this kund, and she began to wash all that haldi, all that turmeric out of her hands. But once you get turmeric in your hands, you can't get it out for anything. And the whole kund became beautiful yellow color. Pili means yellow. So this became Pili poker, all completely yellow. Finally, she was just washing and washing, and Radharani said, you're going to wash your very being into the kund, you stop. So then she hid her hands and tried to sneak into the palace. But some Brijbasis, some Barsana walis had seen, and they ran to Vrisabhanu and told him that Radharani must have been betrothed to Krishna. Her hands are all marked with haldi. And Vrisabhanu and Kirtida were simply delighted. And everyone began, when there's a news spread, everyone ran to the palace of Vrisabhanu Maharaj. And everyone was so happy. And they caught Radharani and they pulled her hands out from where she was hiding them. And they saw this, they were so delighted. Now, it's her duty for her parents to send some gift back to Nandagam to signify the significance of this engagement. So they sent somebody with a big tray of very, very valuable jewelry to Nandagam. Everybody in Nandagam saw that jewelry coming, and they knew that means that Vrisabhanu has accepted this match. So they all began to run up to Maharaja's palace, and Maharaj and Yasoda were busy taking care of all their friends. And meanwhile, they looked at this tray of jewelry and they said, my God, where are we going to get anything? Now they have to send some gift back to signify their acceptance. And they were thinking, out loud, what are we going to do? Where are we going to get some jewelry like this to send to Vrindavan? So Lala was listening, and meanwhile Yasoda and Nanda, they got busy. All the guests came up to the palace. Everybody was congratulating. They were busy taking care of their guests. And Lala, he pulled all the pearls out of the jewelry. And he went out to a field that Nanda Baba had just plowed. And he began to plant the pearls in this pearl field. Meanwhile, Nanda and Yasoda, they finally bid goodbye to all the guests, and they turned around, they saw all the pearls were missing from the jewelry. And he thought, there's only one person who can do such a thing. So when Nanda Lala came back in the house, Baba said, Lala, we'll give you so many sweets, and you won't get in any trouble. But you just tell us one thing. Lala, what happened to all the pearls? No, Baba, I'm not trying to hide anything. I took them. I planted them in the field you plowed yesterday. Array, Murk Lala, foolish boy. Pearls don't grow in this ground. They grow in the sea, in the oysters. No, Baba, this is branch. I know they'll grow. I know they'll grow. Come, Baba, come, Baba. He grabbed Nanda Baba by the finger. Come, Baba, come, Baba. So Nanda Baba and all the Brishbasis followed him down to the pearl field. And they saw these beautiful little pearl creepers crawling up the trees, or all the kadamba trees. And little pastel colored flowers appeared. All different colors, pink and yellow and green, and all beautiful pastel colored flowers. Before their eyes, the flowers fell off, and little beads came and grew into so many beautiful pastel colored pearls, white and green and pink and yellow, and so many different colored pearls. And they collected so many pearls, it filled up bullock carts and bullock carts. And they sent bullock carts and bullock carts of pastel colored pearls to Vrindavan. So then everyone in Barsana was overjoyed when they saw these pearls coming. Now Radha and Krishna are going to be wedded. This is so wonderful. And Purnamasi was watching, because this Leela just sort of took a life of its own beyond her control. She and Vrindadevi are usually directing all the Leela. This one just sort of got out of control. He thought if Radha and Krishna get married, then the Parakiya Ras is finished. Just like we sing every day, Parakiya Bhave Brajete Prachar. The Parakiya Bhav will be lost. So Purnamasi began to think, now what am I going to do? Then she got an idea. Because Purnamasi is the guru of all the Brishbasis. So nobody will do anything without getting her blessing. So they came to Purnamasi to get her blessing. And when Purnamasi heard, she said, well, actually, this is a very, very inauspicious time to get married. The couple who will get married today, that wedding will not last, that marriage will not last. And there's still time after all their children. Why do we wait till we grow up, till auspicious time comes? In this way, slowly, 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 she wound down the whole pastime. Meanwhile, Krishna was herding his cows, and he came this way. And as he passed this place, there had been a kund here, but suddenly he saw this kund with this luscious yellow color, this luscious yellow effulgence. He felt so much ecstasy by seeing this color. And he went down to investigate. And he put his face right near the kund. He was just, what is this, Finally he got down into the kund. And he began to go deeper and deeper and deeper. And finally only his peacock feather was above the water. So you could see where he was going in the kund by watching the peacock feather. It's the only thing above the water. And his whole blackish form turned golden. He became totally absorbed in this rus. His whole blackish form turned golden. Suddenly he was crying just like Radharani. Oh Krishna, oh Krishna, oh Krishna, where are you? Oh Krishna. He came out of the kund. He was completely golden in complexion. He was just crying. Oh Krishna, All the animals and birds and bees around the Kund were stunned in ecstasy watching this pastime. Everyone was totally amazed. But just like all potions, eventually they wear off. Then gradually that golden complexion disappeared, his blackish complexion came back, and then Krishna put his flute in his belt and went off herding his cows. So this was the indication of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance later in Kali Yuga. He will take on the bhav and the luster of Srimati Radharani and cry for Krishna just like Srimati Radharani. So this was the first appearance of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in this very Kund we're sitting on today. So those who are young, you can go down and bring some water for those of us who are young at heart. And we can just pay our obeisances to the dust of this holy place and pray that one day we'll be able to understand all these deep, deep, deep philosophical points by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, by the mercy of the Goswamis, by the mercy of our spiritual masters, and by the mercy of the Vaishnavas. Pili Poker ki. Oh, and if somebody didn't get a copy of my book the other day, we have our Braj Leela Part 2 with us, and I'm here to sign it if you want a copy. It's it's not formal writing, but just the way I talk, that's what you get in the book. And we just redid it and improved it and expanded it, so this is a new improved version of Braj Leela Part 2. So we're just asking small donation of 400 rupees. And I'm here to sign it if you want to take a copy. Hare Krishna. Otherwise our leaders will show us. Actually the buses aren't far. They're right at, this is Radha Bihari Inter College. On the other side I think the buses are there. So you can gradually take some water from the Kund, make your way back to the buses, or come here and get a copy of Braj Leela Part 2. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. And we